she's ready to be bred, it's okay. I can go ahead and go through with this whole process. So this is our top mare tip. She goes in this little box here, both for her protection and in her protection of the stallion too. Because some of the signs of behavioral signs that both the stallion display and the mare display can be a little bit dramatic in the sense that there's some striking that goes on, some biting, that sort of thing, which is all normal if you watch horses out in the wild. They all do those same sorts of things. Do any of you guys know what the behavioral signs of estrus are? So a mare that's in heat. Maybe some of you guys own a mare that...
Winking.
Winking, exactly. What are some other ones? Peeing, yeah. Urinating. Those are kind of the two biggest things, especially horse owners notice, because they're riding their mare and she's kind of a pain during that time of the month for her. So...
Not chasing off stallions.
What's that?
Not chasing off stallions.
Exactly, being what's considered sexually receptive. So those are all normal things that a mare will tell a stallion, hey, it's okay, I'm in heat, check me out, basically. So they do what's called squatting and urinating, which hopefully she'll display all these signs for us, so you won't think that I'm like making things up. But she'll squat and urinate. They'll be very kind of attentive to each other, and they'll kind of nicker and talk to each other. The stallion may do things like strike, like I said before. And he'll kind of, usually they kind of approach the head of the mare, kind of investigate to see what she wants to do. If she's not in heat, she may kind of pin her ears and walk away, basically telling the stallion, no, I'm not ready, leave me alone. But if she's in heat, she'll probably keep her ears forward, kind of sniff at him. He'll then kind of move along her withers and then go to her back end, and that's when she'll probably display the signs of squatting and urinating and then winking her clitoris as well. Like I said, these are all normal signs to let the stallion know it's okay, go ahead. So what we do here is we will walk the stallion up, and once we stop him at the door and check to make sure that everyone's in the right position and chaos hasn't, been created, there's not horse running around, he'll walk in here, and we'll let him kind of stand here and do what's called tease. And so that's basically investigating the mare to see if she's ready to be bred or not. So we'll go ahead and do that. This is Sarah. She's one of our interns, like I was telling you guys. We're ready? So this is Gunsmoke. He's going to walk up and he's going to start teasing that mare to see whether or not she's receptive to him. So what we're waiting for is for him to drop his penis and actually gain an erection. And once that happens, we're going to pull him over to the side and we're going to wash his penis. We do this with every stallion. It's just part of the routine to make sure there's not a lot of schmegma or, sawdust or anything like that. There she is. She's displaying some good signs for us. It's crazy. And you can see he's starting to drop his penis a little bit right now. And we'll kind of continue to do this until we can wash him and get him ready. Once he's gained a full erection, we will circle him around, and he's been trained to mount the phantom there. That's what that object is in the corner. And so he'll go ahead and mount the phantom. We use what's called an artificial vagina, which is what that tubing thing is over there. And that's what we'll actually use to slip onto his penis. He'll go ahead and thrust and ejaculate, and that's what we use to collect the ejaculate. It's warm water, don't worry. He's already been collected once today, so he's not quite as enthusiastic as one would normally expect. He's doing the normal things where he was kind of talking to the mare, nickering at her a little bit. She seems interested, she urinated, and all that kind of good stuff. Chelsea has the artificial vagina there, or the AB. She will let Sarah know that she's ready, and Gunsmoke will approach the phantom. And then you see him doing that with his tail right there. That's called flagging. And that's what is occurring when he's actually ejaculating. So we know that we have had a successful collection at this point. And we have our ejaculate in a little, what looks like a little baby bottle, which is what actually collects the semen. So good boy, Gunsmoke, very nice. So sometimes with client stallions, we have to actually train them to get used to the fan set. Because it's not normal for them just to walk up and jump on this random thing here. So we do a lot of stallion training, which is kind of interesting to see how quickly some of them learn, oh, okay, I get it. If I jump on this thing, then good things happen. And some of them take a little bit longer and are not quite as smart with the whole thing. So Q-tip was an excellent hot mare. Maybe we'll do 2 groups to go. We'll look at semen and then look at mares and then we'll flip off. Is that not good? Yeah. So I'm going to divide you guys in half, maybe from like right here over. And so half of you guys are going to actually go into our semen trailer. Like I said, we're working on a trailer, so the space is a little bit small. That way we don't have too many in there. But you guys can actually look at the semen, see how we evaluated. She's like, where'd my boyfriend go? And then the other half, we'll take into the palpation shed, and we'll show you guys how we palpate mares and look at that. So, do you guys have any general questions about semen collection or stallions or anything like that? Yes?
What was that fluid that she was pumping out after the collection?
That's a really good question. So I guess we don't have an AV here. So the AV is basically just a plastic, hard plastic tubing. And then there is a kind of rubber sheet within the inside, and then we put another kind of collection sheet within that. So there's several different layers to it, and what we do is we fill that up with hot water, and so that kind of stimulates the warmth of a mare, basically. And then it's also adding pressure so that he has some pressure around his penis. And some stallions are very particular on what temperature they want, what pressure they want. Some places will actually weigh the AVs and make it appropriate for the stallion. We don't do that here. We say, this is what you get, buddy, and you take it or you don't take it. So you do want to make sure that the AV is at the appropriate temperature. We typically fill ours around 50 degrees Celsius. And from that point, you can kind of let it cool or add some hot water depending on what you need to do. But the hot water is very important because that's what's going to help stimulate the stallion to gain that full erection and then actually ejaculate. So you're not waiting around forever for him to, finish his business, basically. So what Chelsea was doing, she was just emptying out some of that water at the end of it, and that way you make sure all of the semen kind of runs down into the collection tube, and you don't have any stuck up in any kind of wrinkles or anything like that. So I think this is going to help you. Okay. And you're going to do. Perfect. So why don't this first half here go with Chelsea to go look at some sperm. You'll get to see it and see what we do to evaluate it. It's very thrilling.